Salamat, Krisha. Once again, thank you. Deputy Speaker in La Union, First District Representative Paulo Jose Pepito Alvarez from Nationalista Party. And of course, no, I forgot NPC, Nationalista, Nationalist People's Coalition, and of course, Chairman Imberga from NPC also. Okay, to begin with, may call on Deputy Speaker po, no? Sir.
Thank you, Ryan. We just came from a very lengthy meeting of party leaders. No, we have been watching all of the developments, of course, like you, and we have been constantly talking to one another, even late at night, no, to discuss the problems that have arisen with respect to this 2026 budget. As you know, last week or even earlier, we went to you and explained to you our misgivings about the 2026 budget with respect to the Department of Public Works, how the district budgets all over the country were mangled, and how really serious questions needed to be raised about those budget entries. We raised questions about whether or not the DBM was handling the budget preparations properly, and whether or not what was coming to us was a result of irresponsibility or some oversight that maybe can be justified, no? And we worked, frankly, with the DBM very closely on how to settle all of these things. But you know, certain serious developments have come about. No? I mean, the Secretary of Public Works has been relieved. Of course, he has resigned, and our new, very energetic Secretary of DOTR has become also the new Secretary now of DPWH, which has resulted in the President's instructions to them to do a sweeping review of everything, not just the organization, but also of the budgets that they had submitted. Now, we will recall that in the SONA of our President, he said that he would not allow the national expenditure program of the national government to be mangled, you know, to be disfigured. He said that if that was going to happen, he was going to, you know, accept a reenacted budget instead. He would not, you know, tolerate any of these things happening. So it's in this spirit that we came together and we were talking to one another. And we want to be true to what the President wishes from our House of Representatives. You know, frankly, I am the newest member here. I just came back to Congress this term. So a lot of the issues that were being discussed about prior years, I really was not very familiar with until I was actually briefed by our colleagues here. But I frankly was shocked because, you know, from 2004 when I was here, a lot of things have apparently happened. So, you know, like flood control projects, you know, in tens of billions of pesos, were suspicious. No, there were double entries, there were missing entries, suddenly emerging entries. There were double appropriations. There were oversized lump sum nationwide allocations. So, in the beginning, we were thinking this is maybe just public works, no? But you know, we have been slowly going over the other agencies as well. Little by little, some things have been appearing and surfacing. In the DILG, for example, where, you know, as you know, I have some experience, some questions, again, recently were raised about, you know, purchase of firearms and whether or not they were in the budget. There was supposed to be an 8 billion entry or insertion in the budgets. Frankly, we have been looking for the item in the 2025 budget for an 8 billion purchase. We didn't so far see it, unless DBM can produce it for us. In the 2026 budget, it's not there either. So we don't know where that whole discussion is coming from. So in the National Unity Party, we have requested Congressman Roland Valeriano, who is head of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, to assess the situation, maybe call a hearing, invite the people concerned to see what is this matter that we are talking about here. Because frankly, the congressmen are in the dark about this. So, you know, how do we move forward when what has been given to us is very difficult to deal with? For example, in the Department of Public Works, for example, just in our National Unity Party, I've reported to you already previously that maybe 90% of the district budgets were really mangled. In discussions with the other parties, it appears to be a common experience rather than a rare experience. There are already other things we are coming up with in other agencies. No, I will advance to you the information that in the Department of Agriculture, there are indications of similar problems. specifically with reference to farm-to-market roads in the amount of something like 10 billion pesos. No? And we are getting reports that these were also like peddled, no, to certain parties. There are other concerns, very many concerns that have been raised in our party leaders meeting. So we have decided as a group to recommend the return of the 2026 national budget to the DBM because we do not know how to deal with it. We have to practically redo the entire submission to us, and we do not want to be suspected of any untoward action. We don't want it to appear that we are not accepting the rightful recommendations of the DBM, and on the other hand, we do not want to be accused of also of replacing or amending by errata a huge portion of the national expenditure program that they have submitted to us. So we have decided that in good conscience, we cannot begin deliberations on this national budget, and we owe it to all of you that that this is allocated properly, transparently, free of corruption, and we believe that at this point, the national expenditure program submitted by the DBM falls short of that standard. So we are recommending to the Speaker that we return the 2026 NEP to the DBM, and we are asking our members now to refrain from any further participation in any other budget hearings until this matter is resolved. Okay? There's been enough and too much distrust already going around, especially with respect to the House of Representatives. And we do not want this thing to continue, so we toss it back to the DBM so that they can find a logical explanation and resolution to all of these things. Now, the question has been asked. We asked our House Legal Counsel, as we are wont to do in situations like this, whether this is possible. Can we return the NEP to the DBM? So, and this is the initial opinion given to us, and we will give you copies of this, but allow me to read it to you. In light of the admissions publicly made by the department secretaries that there are erroneous entries in the National Expenditure Program transmitted to the House of Representatives, the House will be justified in returning the same to the Department of Budget and Management so that it can effect corrections, so that the House can deliberate on the budget that actually reflects the proposal, intent, and desire of the executive. There is nothing in the Constitution or in the law that prevents the House from undertaking the action. In fact, the action becomes necessary at this time. It is in the interest of the public that this must be done. Under the Administrative Code of 1987, subsequent to the submission of the budget to Congress, the President may transmit to the Congress from time to time such proposed supplemental or deficiency appropriations as are, in his judgment, number one, necessary on account of laws enacted after the transmission of the budget, or number two, otherwise needed in the public interest. This is an option available to the DBM too, is to appeal to the President regarding these powers. This would entail piecemeal corrections, however. Returning the document for corrections will be more systematic and practical. And instead of us having to correct the district budgets of more than 250 districts, perhaps the DBM can now do what it should have done in the first place and correct these matters before they send it to us. So this is the position that the party leaders have taken, and we hope that you will all understand our intention that this thing be resolved correctly and properly. We in the House were the ones who first discovered all of these things. Now, many people are now, of course, echoing our concern about these matters. We do not believe that we should fix what other people caused. No, we are not the ones that should fix the problems that have begun in other places. The departments are pointing fingers at the DBM. The DBM is pointing fingers at the other departments. We feel they should settle their disputes first, come up with the correct budget formulations before they send them to us, so that we can, reasonably proceed on the path that is required moving forward. So we are all here to take any questions on these issues that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker Puno. Gab Lalu from Philippine Daily Inquirer.
The Doesn't this assure na parang reenacted na yung budget? Technically, sir, parang magiging reenacted na yung budget kasi yung time frame iikli. Tapos, kasi ibabalik sa DBM, tapos iaayusin pa nila, tapos ibabalik din sa House. Parang medyo alanganin na ba yung namapasa yung budget within this year?
Well, to be honest with you, actually there is the common feeling that maybe it's a good idea if the president be the one to decide this thing so that all of these mistakes will be avoided, no? Ayaw namin na kami masisisi dito eh. Na naman, ano? Kasi bibigyan kami ng problema eh. Ang binigay sa amin problema. Na bawat distrito kailangan baguhin, kailangan i-correct. Tapos pag kinorek namin yan, sisisihin na naman kami for whatever else will happen after that. What they should do is come up with a budget that when it comes to Congress, to the House of Representatives, kukunti na lang ang kailangan ayusin ulit. But what we are looking at now is a budget that we, you know, in a very, very real way, have to amend in huge portions, no? And I don't believe that that is what is called for from the House of Representatives.
Sir, I understand last Friday may mga sinabi kayo tungkol dun sa mga projects na tapos na pero may pondo pa rin sa 2026 NEP. Pero lahat po ba yung mga nakita nyo ganun ding situation na parang tapos na pero may pondo pa? Or is it the case of hindi ito yung pinopose ng district offices namin, ng mga departments?
Well, iba-iba, siyempre, no? Pero yun ang mga examples, yun ang mga pangyayari sa mga individual budgets. Siguro the other party members can also address this, no? Pero sa NUP, ganun ang nangyari. One or the other, or both of those examples you gave, nandun sa bawat district budget. Ngayon, kailangan gawin dyan, palitan namin lahat. Di ba? Hindi na submission ng DBM yun. Di ba? We cannot amend the whole thing in all the districts kasi parang kami na ang gumawa. Di ba? So, we're giving it back to them para hindi naman nila sabihin na ginagampanan namin ang papel nila. Di ba?
Sir, pero just to follow up to that point, hindi ba kasama naman talaga sa procedures na kapag kunyari nag-propose, DPWH, nag-propose ang isang district engineering office ng project, i-vet naman din talaga siya ng regional and then central office and then possible na magkaroon ng changes.
Correct.
Pero saan po nangyayari? Saan po yung nakikita niyong problema dun sa process na yun? Kasi,
Meron nagsasabi na hindi natuloy yung regional consultations in the DPWH. Meron nagsasabi na sa planning office nagkaroon ng problema. But, you know, at the same time, nagtataka kami bakit naman lumampas din sa DBM yon. Ngayon, yung kanilang sinasabi na hindi nila dapat i-review yan. Ewan ko baka nagbago na. Nung ako nasa cabinet, nung nag-justify kami sa mga budget secretaries namin, line by line. Ewan ko, Secretary Janet Garin din, nung sa Department of Health noon, who is with us here, si DS Garin for Lakas, what was the experience before?
Well, ang experience namin sa kabinete at sa pakiramdam ko, hindi nagbabago yan dahil yung software naman o yung sistema sa DBM ay hindi rin nagbago. Kapag nagsisimula yan, nakalista doon yung mga existing programs, existing projects, new programs. No? Itong mga bago na kailangan, ito namang nandiyan at kailangan i-continue. In other words, nire-review yan isa-isa. Nakakagulat yung ating narinig galing sa kalihim ng DBM na dumaan sa kanila at hindi na nila natingnan. Allow me to compare to a situation. Ang sinasabi kasi ni Deputy Speaker Puno, may mga nakita ang Kongreso. At una itong nakita nung nagbusisi, lumabas kasi sa taong bayan na napagbibintangan na ang Kongreso lamang may mga insertion. Pero kung titingnan natin ang katotohanan na lumalabas na ngayon, yung mga ghost projects na binisita ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ay agency-initiated. Ibig sabihin, nanggaling sa departamento. At kailangan tugunan natin ang panawagan ng Presidente. Maglabas na budget na malinis at para sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Ngayon, ganito ang aming nakikita. Kunyari, meron kang buong compound ng Kongreso, inutusan kang magwalis. Meron kang isang araw para walisin. Hindi mo alam kung nasaan ang basura. Because as it is appearing now, ang daming nakikita na pinasok na hindi tugma at hindi sang-ayon sa kumpas ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Mas magiging madali ang rekomendasyon ng mga liderato ng nagkakaiba-ibang partido na i-request si Speaker Martin Romualdez na ibalik ito sa DBM. Yan po ay request galing sa amin para ituro nila. Sabihin nila, dito yung mga basura na kailangan linisin at baguhin. In that way, we fulfill the promise of the President and we fulfill to deliver a bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. May we hear the comments of other House leaders if there?
From DNP, alam mo, yung sitwasyon kasi ngayon ng budget is such that it will require a very big change, ano? Ang direksyon ng Presidente, huwag niyong imanggel yung budget. Kung ginawa namin ito, kami na naman ang masasalaan. So, the most important thing now is, bago namin galawin, ibalik na sa kanila. Cleanse it, at later on, kunting-kunti na lang. So, wala na yung mga issue na congressman ang naganito or congressman ang naganyan.
mga sir, pwedeng konting agaw lang. Doon po sa kaba ng iba na baka hindi kayanin kasi kulang sa tiyempo. Sanay naman po yung ating mga kongresista na magtrabaho 24/7. I believe with the input of all party leaders, pwede namang i-cancel na yung break ng Kongreso. At wala nang break, tuloy-tuloy na. Maski abutan tayo ng Pasko hanggang New Year, naniniwala po ako, okay, let's put it this way. We have a 1-month break, October 10 until November 11. We can forgo of that para sa bayan. Mas masakit yung pipilitin natin yung isang budget, himayin. Kasi ngayon, ang nangyayari, we cannot totally exercise our oversight powers. Kasi sa DPWH na lang, ang daming singit. At yung singit na ito, walang umaamin kanino nang galing. Coded pa. Malalaman mo lang dun sa mga amount na pare-pareho. Hindi alam ng kongresista, hindi alam ng mayor, hindi alam ng gobernador. Sabi ng DBM, hindi rin daw nila alam. Baka mamaya, pinasok na ang computer ng multo. Kaya hindi ito nakita. Ang sabi naman ng DPWH, sinubmit daw. In other words, mas magiging mabilis ang trabaho if we admit that there are lapses because walang perpekto eh. Pero kung makita at ituro nila, ito ang mga executive insertions na hindi nararapat at hindi sang-ayon sa kumpas ng presidente, then that will be the time that Congress can efficiently exercise our oversight powers.
Yes, thank you. Also to add to that, I think we've done this before, as mentioned by Kong Janet, Deputy Speaker Janet. So I think in the two Congresses ago, talaga nag-marathon kami dito. So it's doable. Walang uwian, magdamag. So I think we're prepared for that. So handa naman kami doon.
Sir, actually, tatanungin ko dapat yun na para bang sort of deja vu nung nangyari nung 17th ba yun or 18th I think, nung na-discover din yung mga flood control na anomalous, tapos nagkaroon discussions back and forth between the House and the Senate, tapos nag-result into a reenacted budget. Parang nakikita nyo ba yung ganong scenario ulit?
Well, actually, we're in a better position because medyo maaga pa ito. If you remember, nung 18th Congress, ano yun, gitna na ng plenary. So, umulit kami nun. So, it's doable. So, December na talagang kaya naman, kaya. And I think we're in a very good position as long as DBM will give us a clear list dun sa kanilang mga gusto talaga.
Thank you, Gab. Marian Enriquez from TV5 is now recognized.
Thank you po. Nakausap niyo na rin po ba kahit paano si Speaker Martin Romualdez regarding this concern po natin?
We actually informed him already that this was our recommendation. Hindi pa kami sinasagot. That is why ang sinabi namin sa party members namin, until we get a response to our request or our recommendation, wag na muna kami mag-attend dito sa budget hearings. Kasi for example, dito sa Public Works, anong pag-uusapan namin? Sinabi nga na nila, ibabaguhin nila lahat. So what will we discuss? No? And ayaw naman namin na there are unresolved issues before we go into a full review of the expenditure program. So we're hoping that we will get an answer in the next couple of days about whether or not the Speaker will allow us to return the entire thing to DBM.
Sir, kasi Friday na nga po, Public Works and Highways, nakaschedule na po yung budget deliberation. So, are we calling all of our members na wag na munang umattend dito sa DPWH particularly hanggat wala pang sagot ang ating speaker regarding sa pagbabalik nga po nito?
Lahatin na natin kasi baka mamaya inumpisahan natin yung ibang agencies, ganito na naman ang mangyayari. Sinabi ko nga kanina sa Department of Agriculture, parang meron na kaagad nakikita dyan eh. Alam mo yon? So, imbis na paulit-ulit tayong ganito, balik na muna sa kanila. Pagbalik dito sa amin, kailangan certified 100% nila na wala na yan at saka talagang they reviewed it properly the way they are meant to do by tradition and by the law. Di ba? So, that's where we are right now.
Have we talked to Committee on Appropriations Chairperson Mika Swansing regarding this and ano pong napag-usapan natin? May nakapasalang na po ulit kasi budget tomorrow, dire-diretso eh.
We have notified her. But she was not a party to the decision because she obviously has a different responsibility. No, we are party leaders. We are supposed to guide our party on the correct decisions to make. She is an appropriations committee chairman. We respect her for that. We believe she is an excellent appropriations committee chairman. No, and I think that she's doing a great job. But she's doing a thankless job. Kasi, she has been tasked now with correcting the district budgets of more than 250 districts.
Blindly.
Oh, and blindly. And she, this is unprecedented. This has actually never happened in my memory.
Sir, what are we going to do about this? Moving forward, maghahain po ba kayo ng resolusyon or iboboykot niyo muna yung mga susunod na hearings? Paano po ba? Anong gagawin muna natin? So, walang quorum?
We are not trying to be difficult, Hindi kami nanggugulo dito, no? Ang problema namin talaga is ayaw namin tanggapin itong basurang trabaho, no? Tapos kami na naman ang masisisi. If we solve it, sasabihin na re-align namin yung buong budget. Kaya ikinanana naman ng mga congressman yan. If we don't touch it, Parang complicit na kami sa lahat ng kalokohan na kinikita namin. So ano naman, sala sa init, sala sa lamig eh. Di ba? Kawawa naman ng mga members namin. At alam mo, kami lahat bumabalik kami sa district. Hindi man kami nandun na hindi kailangan bumalik sa kung saan man eh. We keep going back to our district. Alam mo, pag pumupunta kami doon, lahat itong mga nakikita nila sa mga dyaryo, siyempre tinatanong sa amin. Alam mo, and we cannot keep, covering up for a poorly constructed sa amin. Di ba? Kami na nga ang gagawa ng lahat ng trabaho, tapos kami pasisisihin sa lahat ng mga problemang mangyayari. And why? Because they cannot do their job. No? Hindi naman pwedeng ganun.
So, sir, resolution po ba or call
Sandali,
for...
dagdagan ko lang. Nasa APRO ako. Kung nakita namin, habang pinag-uusapan sa Senado at sa lahat ng makikita mo sa press, flood control. Ito na naman kami, may budget na napakaraming flood control. Hindi lang doon sa linya ng DPWH, kundi doon sa mga hindi mo makita, kung hindi mo basahin isa-isa. Kaya, ang suggestion ko, ako nag-suggest, tanggalin mo na lahat yung flood control, balik mo na yan doon sa DBM, ayusin mo na ni Presidente, kung maaari, wala mo ng flood control itong taon na ito. Wala namang namatay masyado dyan sa flood control. Kung sino yung bayan na nangangailangan talaga ng flood control, makikita naman yan sa project NOAA, pulang-pula yan eh. Di doon lagay ni Presidente yan, para hindi naman kami sisisihin. Palagi na lang kami ang bad boy eh. Amo kami, hindi fair. So, nasa APRO ako, kaya suggestion ko doon sa chairman namin, tanggalin na muna yan, balik mo muna yan sa DBM, dahil kung himayin natin yung napakalaking flood control na yan, tayo na naman ang mali.
Sir, dagdagan ko lang. Actually, ang pinakamalaking problema ngayon, nagdodoble ang trabaho ng Kongreso. Kasi hinahanap mo yung mga basurang na ipasok sa budget. Kung sana maituro na ito ng DBM, mas magiging mabilis ang trabaho ng lahat. Pangalawa, tila nakakabahala yung narinig namin sa news na, hindi kasi we trust the agency that forwarded it to us. Kagaya ng DPWH, pinasa daw sa DBM, ang DBM dinaanan lang, hindi na nila chinek. If that is the case, it's very troubling. Kasi paano kung meron kaming hindi nakita? Siyempre, ang dagok nito kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. He already gave the direction. Ang kumpas niya, ang budget ay dapat sang-ayon sa kailangan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. And he mentioned good quality standard infrastructure. Ang kailangan, edukasyon, even healthcare. Kamakailan lang, medyo nag-uusap-usap nga kami kasi ang daming humihingi ng pondo para sa hospital. Ang gusto ng Presidente, zero balance billing. Ang hinaingdan naman ng mga hospital, dagdagan yung kanilang pondo kasi lumaki ang kailangan ng mga pasyente. Pero teka, paano nakalusot sa DBM na tila merong approximately 1 bilyon na yung 1 bilyon instead na pondo para sa mga ospital at mga RHU ay nilagay ng DOH pampaganda ng kanilang mga opisina. Kung hindi pa namin yan nasilip, hindi naman sasabihin ng mga opisina. In other words, napagbibintangan ang Kongreso sa mga kapalpakan na nangyayari sa budget, pero balikan lang natin. Yung mga ghost project, yung mga substandard projects na nakita, lumalabas. Wala pa sa Kongreso ang nakaraang mga budget, ando doon na yun sa listahan. So paano natin lilinisin kung ikinalat ang dapat na linisin? So kung matutulungan kami, eto dito ang mga bagay-bagay na dapat linisin. Mas mabilis at tila magkakatulungan lahat tayo para ma-deliver ang kumpas ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos.
If I may add, yeah. One very good example is in the province of Misamis Oriental. There's this national highway bridge, very, very vital, that connects the first and the second district in Misamis Oriental. So they promised that they have to build it because it has zero integrity already, the other side, the left side. So what happened? We agreed and sabi namin kung pwede bilisan lang kasi very vital. Talaga, most of the people that comes in and out of Cagayan de Oro uses that bridge. Nangyari, so they promised us, so this 2026 budget that DPWH proposed, walang continuation ng trabaho. So kung hindi matapos to, how long will the people of Misamis Oriental and the city of Cagayan de Oro has to suffer? So I think the reason also that's for my one point for my province only, a little bit parochial. But we had the same issues with other members of NP. That's why we agreed that we will return the budget to DBM. Hopefully, they'll be able to fix it, and hopefully, it would be easier, and we'll be able to see which projects really are prioritized and they want to finish within the term of the President. Thank you.
Magpapayag po
Sorry
ng
ha,
Reso?
idagdag ko lang ng konti, very quickly. Sa totoo lang, hindi naman yan may tatago dyan kung walang nagtatago. O hindi yan may sisingit dyan kung walang nagsingit. So para mas epektibo at talagang matugunan Nabli-blame ang Kongreso sa mga insertions na nagkakaroon ng errata, insertion dahil inaayos mo. E paano ngayon kung hindi maituro ng Department of Budget and Management at ng ibang mga eksekutiba na opisina yung mga naisingit na hindi kailangan? Siyempre, masisisi tayo because we might be misinterpreted as being remiss in our duty. Kaya nga, at the end of the day, tama rin ang hinaing ng ibang mga party leaders. Ibalik natin, i-recommenda kay Speaker na ibalik sa DBM and for DBM to give us a cleansed budget or pwede namang lumabas sila at aminin at ituro nila kung nasan yung mga ito para mabigyan kami ng tamang direktiba na sundin ang tugon ng Pangulo.
Ma'am, kailangan pa ba ng resolution for this? Or okay, yung call po na to is, ito na po yun? Or will you be filing a resolution po?
Hindi pa, we decided today, we are just raising it with the Speaker as a recommendation. I don't think, we have thought about the procedure dyan, kasi that's formalization lang of whatever we already decided. So, if it needs a resolution, yes. If not, well, hopefully not, no? But let's see.
Last na lang po, from my end. Kung sakali lang na ma-push through nga at naibalik po natin itong budget po sa DBM and naibalik na po nila sa atin, para i-deliberate, paano po yung magiging siste? If ever, yun po bang mga dumaan na, like for example, yung mga nakalipas po na budget like COMELEC, yung mga natapos na at inaprubahan na po ng Appropriations Committee, papalusutin na po ba rin yun? Or back to zero? Paano po ba?
Wala pa naman yata nakakatapos ng kanilang second reading No? So until it is actually brought to the third reading sa plenary, hindi pa tapos yan. No? Briefing pa lang. Briefing pa lang Wala pang na-approve. No? Briefing pa lang lahat yan. Pero siyempre pinag-aaralan na lahat. Briefing pa lang man yan, na inahuli na natin yung kalokohan sa DPWH Di ba? So the other agencies, ganun din. But sana naman, gawin ng DBM yung trabaho nila. No? Na bigay nila sa amin yung budget na mukhang pinag-isipan na. Hindi yung pinasa lang.
Thank you, Marian. We'll now call on Billy Vegas from Politico Abante.
Hindi na po sana ng elaboration po dun po sa 8 billion na 8 billion na insertion daw sa DILG para sa pambili ng baret.
Okay, tinignan namin yung 25 budget, hindi namin makita. Tinignan namin 26 budget, hindi pa rin namin makita. So siguro kung sinasabi mong insertion wala sa 25, baka pinaplano pa lang sa 26 Kaya titignan natin kung anong storya diyan. Congressman Valeriano, you might want to address this. Hihingi kami ng ng inquiry through Congressman Valeriano, either motu proprio, but alam ko one congressman is already preparing a resolution to ask for the same investigation kasi masyadong malaki di ba?
Again, just like what DS po have said, magkakandak ako as chairman ng Public Order and Safety regarding dun sa unsolicited proposal. I think it's worth 8 billion na sinasabi between the PNP and the DILG. Once and for all, masettle whether it is motu proprio o may magpasok ng resolution or may mag-privilege speech. The earliest is by next week. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Kung papalagay niyo po ba may kinalaman yung pagkakatanggal kay PNP Torre dun sa 8 billion na insertion na hindi raw niya pinirmahan?
That we have to see pagdating ng hearing. Makikita natin yan kung may kinalaman. Definitely, they will be invited to the hearing.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Billy. Rose Cos from UNTV. Please proceed with your questions.
Magduel lang po ako dun sa proseso na nangyari para po magkaroon kayo ng desisyon na ganito. Was a consultation made between among party members or among party leaders lang po?
Well, sa amin, party leaders and some members, no? But kasi there has been discomfort already on the part of many of our members. So kami naman, that's the reason the party leaders met. Is because nga of the unhappiness of many of our members. Nung nakita nila yung kanilang mga NEP, no? And we were in the middle of a process of asking them to correct, the NEP. But then we were finding that a really large majority of our members were having to correct 80% of the budgets, the NEPs that they had been handed. So based on that, and after consideration with some of our members, we suggested to the party leaders this recourse. No, now ito naman, this is a recommendation to return. That's why tinanong kung may resolution na ba yan. Wala pa naman. No, we just came together and we are recommending it as a course of action. And then we are requesting our members not to do anything really, but to wait until a decision is reached on this matter. Kong Mark.
Yes. Thank you, DS Ronnie. So just the same for NPC. A few of our members had the same observations as those with the other members. I would presume for Lakas and UP, NP. So just the same. Of course, we also support the initiative of the President, di ba? Na under review talaga ito. The better that we also recommend na ibalik na lang muna yung NEP sa DBM.
On the part of Lakas, the leaders and a few members. Nagsimula rin kasi to sa dami-dami ng lumalapit. Ako siguro hindi ko na mabilang yung ilan yung paulit-ulit na nagtatanong, ano ba ang dapat gawin? Ano bang pwedeng gawin? Hindi rin namin masagot. It's a situation of nakita mong may problema. Nakita mong bulok. Pag ayusin mo, ba't mo ginalaw? Pag hindi mo naman ginalaw, ba't mo pinabayaan? So, with this situation, nalilito ang mga miyembro. And that is why the decision of majority of the members of Partido Lakas was to talk to other party leaders and request the Speaker to return the budget to the Department of Budget and Management so that we can have a clear signal and a clean slate. Doon ka magsisimula sa alam mo kung nasaan ang babaguhin at sila mismo, alam na nilang may problema baguhin na nila.
So for this recommendation to be finally realized, the Speaker has to approve your recommendation.
Well, if he grants our recommendation and request, then we will discuss the formal method of undertaking this. Pero we hope that we will get an indication, some guidance as soon as possible. Kasi syempre, time is of the essence, and like most of our members, we do, and like you, we do not want to lose the break, no. But we will if we have to sacrifice that.
Wag naman sana nilang masamain itong pagbalik. Kasi this is for the better. Di ba? Kung hindi natin babalik ito, we'll swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Abay, kasama kami doon sa kalokohan, di ba? So mabuti na yung maayos nila. Pagdating dito, wala na. At saka willing kami mag-work overtime. If necessary, the whole October. We forgo our break. That's our promise. Thank you.
Last question na lang po. Yun pong in-encourage nyo po yung party members nyo na wag munang dumalo ng mga budget deliberations. Effective when? Today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay po. How many members will not attend the budget deliberations? Do you have a ballpark figure?
Basta, I don't know exactly how many. I cannot give you a number. And of course, like any other institution, we allow our members to exercise their own free will. Nagre-request lang naman kami sa kanila, no? Like in the NUP, we will not expel anybody for attending. So, nakikiusap lang naman kami.
Basically, sa Partido Lakas, ganito lang yun May bahay, pipinturahan mo, yun naman pala gigibain lang din. So why paint a house when it is due for demolition? Kaya nga dito, ang hirap kasing mag-attend ka ng hearing, ng budget briefing, tapos alam mo naman na marami doon ang talagang hindi sang-ayon sa tugon at kumpas ng presidente.
Salamat, Rose. Haji Camino from Brigada News. Please proceed.
Good afternoon po, DS and mga Kongs. One point lang po, kasi nabanggit nyo kanina, pinagbibintangan nga po yung House of Representatives sa mga insertions, yung sabi nga po ninyo, DS, sasabihin naman, kinakananan naman po ng mga congressman yung budget po. Pero do you think head should roll, especially on the part of the DBM maybe, or sa kung sino man po yung dapat na managot sa nangyayaring ito, aside pa dun sa magiging recommendation po ninyo na ibalik nga po muna yung NEP sa DBM?
Well, di ba continuing process ito? The task of holding people accountable does not end here. In fact, even when you get to the Senate, we are hoping that will continue. For example, there's a lot of talk about, the BICAM and all of that. No? I don't think that has been completely resolved yet. No? By the way, I want to take this opportunity to apologize to Senator Grace Poe, no? Kasi nabanggit ko siya as the three people that were involved in the final drafting of the end result. No? And I learned that even she was not really allowed to participate in the discussion. So, I apologize to her in front of everybody. But I think that the process of determining accountability on all of those things should continue. We have done it here in the House. Our chairman of Committee on Appropriations from the last year is no longer there. He is replaced by somebody who is very competent and beyond reproach. We think that that should happen also in the upper chamber. No, let this process be left in the hands of people with clean hands. No, wala naman yung may mga bahid pa kasi we will do our work here, then we will send it to the Senate. If they have not resolved this issue of accountability, by the time this gets to them, I don't think anybody will believe the result that will come after that. Di ba?
So meaning to say, sir, kung halimbawa sa DBM meron makita na accountable, dapat masibak or dapat po makasuhan?
Well, that's not for me to decide. We're in the legislature, they belong to the executive branch, no? We can only point out the situation as it exists. And we're doing that here. No, we're allowing them, in fact, DBM to correct this whole thing. That's why we're returning it to them, so that we will not correct it for them. Di ba? So I don't think, again, as Congressman Pepito has said, no, wag masamain yung ginagawa namin. Kasi binabalik nga namin para maayos nila. Para hindi na kami magturuan eh. Di ba? Kasi DPWH at saka DBM nagtuturuan. O nandyan na yung magaling na DPWH secretary, siguro matitigil yung turuan na yan. Di ba? Ngayon, pagdating sa amin, sana mawala na rin ang turuan namin ng DBM. Pero sa ngayon, ang sinasabi namin at mapapatunayan namin at napatunayan namin, yung dumating sa amin, hindi maganda.
So, ibig sabihin, halimbawa po yung kay Congressman Valeriano, yung sa issue po no sa DILG, so papatawag niyo po sila, tapos if ever mag-recommend po to file charges against those involved or accountable dun sa issue po na yun, kung sakali na yun nga po yung lumabas.
Yes, kung ano yung makikita namin doon, transparent naman yung committee namin, definitely gagawa kami ng resolution. At kung ang resolution namin, ang recommendation namin is to file charges against those who are involved, why not?
Okay, maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Haji. Next up is Earl Tobias from IBC 13.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon po, sir, and the other political party leaders. Tanong lang rin po, malaking konsiderasyon po ba para sa mga political party leaders yung pumutok na balita na may district engineer mismo na nanuhol kaya Congressman Leviste para hindi imbestigahan ng Kamara yung maanumalyang flood control project doon? At gaano kalaking concern yun para sa mga partido ngayon kung sakaling sistematiko pala yung ganong klaseng panunuhol po?
Member of Lakas siya, di ba? So let's have our Lakas leader speak.
Well, basically the decision, although mali nga, no, yung nangyari. Pero ito kasing recommendation kay Speaker na ibalik sa DBM, it's mainly dun sa dami ng nakikita natin na yung alleged insertion na nangyayari during sa small committee o Baikang Bayan, may errata. Kasi nga yung project na duplication. Pero ito ngayon nakikita, wala na si Chairman Saldico, nag-iba na rin ang sa Senado. Bakit punong-puno ng siningit na pondo na tila hindi kailangan ang 2026 National Expenditure Program? Meron pa ngang mga sinyales Makikita mo sa amount mismo Merong mga nakabitin dyan na 147.750 million, 148.500. Hindi isang lugar It's not even confined to a single province. It's all over, nakamap siya, red flag na yun So, mas magiging maganda ang budget kung ituro ng DBM yun, ayusin nila, and then Congress will now exercise its legislative role.
Thank you, Earl. Sir, we will entertain one more question from Kenneth Basilio, Business World.
Have we factored in the discussions that returning the proposed budget could delay the process and ultimately its approval, which could dampen the country's economic growth?
We have more than a month break from October 10 to November 11. Sa December, mahaba-haba rin ang break. As members of Congress, everybody has committed to spend their time so that the budget will not be delayed. It will not affect our economy kasi talagang isasubmit yun on time ng Kongreso. Pero ang dapat lang din, itidan na kaagad ng DBM, ituro na kaagad nila nasaan ba itong mga basurang siningit para hindi na tayo maghanapan.
Okay, and if it comes to that point na magkakaroon nga ng delays in the budget's approval, and I know this is parang forward-looking pa, pero if in case that happens, where should the blame lie?
Let's not speculate. It's too early to talk about blaming people. Kasi what we want to do now is give the DBM an opportunity to correct things, clean things. No? Kasi if they're the ones that do it, it will be quicker. Then kung kami kalat-kalat they have a system for reviewing this thing. They have a system for finding out, what is accurate and what is not, di ba? Instead of us, solving it in 250 plus different districts and then i-calculate pa namin and then we don't have the information that the DBM has, di ba? So I think that this measure will in fact make the process definitely better, but maybe even faster. But again, let's not prejudge what will happen. We all want the same thing, which is to do what the President wants us to do, to move the programs of the government forward. This, to us, is the best way of doing this at this time.
And the last question.
Proceed.
Aside from yung mga questionable flood control funding, what economic programs do you think the DBM has allocated in a subpar manner?
Again, we don't want to speculate, di ba? Let them review it first. Kasi we cannot assume that when we see something there, that one, it's DBM that did it. Number two, nanadya sila. No? Let's not get into judgment at this time. Let's give them an opportunity really to correct it, di ba? Para maayos tayo lahat. And then when they come back with a correct, clean draft already, or a correct, clean national expenditure program, then we can process it very, very quickly. Wala naman kami mga ulterior motives dito Ano yan? Kung ang dyan, and we heed the guidance of the President. We should hew as closely as possible to the National Expenditure Program. Kaya nga sinusoli namin ngayon Kasi kung tuluyan naming i-correct ito, hindi namin susundin yung utos sa amin ng Pangulo, which is to follow the National Expenditure Program. Kasi yung National Expenditure Program, as submitted by the DBM, is riddled with questionable entries.
Sorry,
Diba?
last na talaga.
Yung pangatlong last. Sige.
Make it last. They have to attend the session pa. Thank you, thank you.
Ano yung mas malaking risk to economic growth? Having a reenacted budget or having the budget's approval delayed? Ano po yung sa tingin?
Una-una, kung maibalik namin ito at mabawasan ng kalahating trilyon, walang masama ron. Kung ang expected natin 6.5 to 7, magiging 6 lang tayo, we're better off than most of ASEAN countries. So, dito sa ginagawa namin, o nire-request namin kay Speaker, walang masama dito Gawin lang nila yung tama para hindi na tayo mahirapan dito na kami pa ang gagawa ng mga koreksyon at sabihin na naman, kami na naman ang medyo lumuto ng mga project na yan. When in fact, nandun na yan nakalista yan, line by line So alam na nila yan kung anong gusto namin na mangyari. Na linisin na nila pagdating dito sa amin, kung bawasan man nila, walang problema doon. Better yan for our country. Dahil remember, we have to borrow at least 2 trillion this time. Kung manghiram pa man ng 2 trillion, bakit hindi mo bawasan na lang yan ng 1 trillion? Kung babagsak tayo sa 5.5 and 6.5, okay lang yun. Ang importante sa mga Pilipino, walang magugutom. Kaya kung maaari, yung karamihan na yan, yung mga project na hindi man masyadong nakaka-apekto sa food production, ilipat mo na yan doon sa food production. Yan ang suggestion ko. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Deputy Speakers Puno, Janet Garin, and Bambi Imano.